sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenixes that you are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Andrew David. This is the Blake Newbar Partner Program, the High Performance Call. Today, and for most of the rest of this week, we're going to be talking a little bit about content. I'm going to review some stuff that we've talked about. It's been a little bit, but I want to talk about kind of overall state of digital marketing. We want to look at kind of, we start to look at organic content in general, what it is, how it works. Obviously, within the program, you've got some basics that are there. So some of the things that I'm giving you are kind of the next step, some additional things that you can do to increase that, right? So we're going to dive in. I'm going to talk about some things. As we get started with fourth quarter, there's a lot to start to look at. So everybody see my screen? Yes, hopefully. Okay, let me see if we can just go ahead.
Yeah, we see it.
All right, good. All right, so all sorts of different things when you get into digital marketing, okay? Number one, we've talked about this a little bit. So part of this is just to give you an overall idea of what's going on. TikTok's a preferred platform right now for Generation Z. Most of you guys aren't marketing to that generation, so it's okay. But there is a large contingent of kind of that 30 to 50-year-old range that has moved to that direction because video and short form video, 1 to 3 minutes, has become so popular. And I'm going to show some statistics about that here in a minute. So if that's part of your audience, and if video scares the hell out of you, that's okay. Do I have stats? I have stats on some other slides, but that's pretty easy to pull up on that particular one, Hartley. So this is from 2019. 64% of businesses were advertising on social media. 49% were advertising online. 36% use print advertising. And when I say online, I'm saying that's outside of social media, right? So there's a larger percentage of advertisers using social media than there is Google AdWords, different things like that. 36% were using print advertising, 22% are on TV. There's been a shift, right? Think about yourselves, your lives, and how things have changed during that time. Okay, so there's still more people online than ever before. The pandemic pushed people online in a big way. Roughly 2/3 of U.S. adults report they are Facebook users. So sometimes people say, well, my niche, may not be as prevalent on Facebook. Look, 2/3 of adults are using Facebook. The average American has access to more than 10 connected devices in their household. So that is phones, computers, TVs, tablets, etc. I think, each of my TVs would be considered a smart TV. I can connect to social media there. We've got tablets in the house. We've got cell phones. You have computers. You have laptops. So even just our small household, we surpassed that 10. Okay. So think about where you're at.
Did you all see the report where the whistleblower is going against Facebook and she's taking them to the Supreme Court?
I saw it. I don't know, some people are looking at it with conspiracy theories and things. I think the whistleblower said that she left Facebook. This is from her words. She left Facebook because she didn't feel like there was enough to ensure safe elections and to push. I don't know. It seems like there's a little more of a political agenda behind this certain individual than normal. But anytime there's a whistleblower in any regards with any company, there's oftentimes some type of political agenda behind it. But yeah, she's in front of the Senate. She was there Tuesday testifying. I don't know if she's still there today, but it's important to kind of pay attention to everything. Even if they do try and come down on them, I think, to me personally, guys, and this is my opinion, but I think one of the biggest problems with social media and government oversight is that most of the people that are in the government don't understand how social media works. They just don't get it. And if you hear any of the senators or Congress people speaking to whoever they're in front of, they so rarely have anything intelligent to say. Does that make sense, guys? Do you know what I mean by that? When I'm saying that,
yes.
There was last week because the whistleblower.
I do understand though.
Say again.
I do understand though, because they haven't experienced it. Because I'm young too, so I've been on TikTok too, and all that social media. So I understand from that view, that perspective, that they won't understand, because from where they come from, or how they lived, experienced, it's different from the younger generation.
Yeah, when you hear them speak to anyone from any of these companies, it's just, there was last week Facebook was there and they were talking about there was an initiative that they're no longer going to go forward with to reach kids even younger than regular social media does. And the congressperson was asking them to eliminate, I can't even remember the name of it, but it's, kids of any age create false, accounts, right? It's the modern day equivalent to a fake ID, right? They're going to create an account. They say they're a little bit older so that they can interact with their friends. They have their regular account that their parents are monitoring, and then they oftentimes will create a fake one. Also, the senator was asking Facebook to eliminate that program. And she's like, well, it's not really a program. It's something the kids do on their own. Like, we don't have any control over that. Like, they're doing it. It's not like we give them a permission to say, hey, here's something to hide from your parents. They're just doing it. The point of that is simply that, the senator's back and forth. He's like, no, but this is you and you're doing this. She's like, no, we're not. Kids are. They've got access to it. Right. And so we're in a weird situation right here where the current, and this is everywhere in the world. Obviously, I'm here in the United States, and so that's where it's most relevant for me. But just about everywhere in the world, most of those in a position of political power that would be creating any type of policy in regards to this don't understand what the hell they're dealing with. And so it's hard for them, they create something and it just doesn't make any sense. I think we as adults and as parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles, the best thing that we can do is be an example and then provide the supervision that's needed in that regard, right? It will be on your recorded. Yeah, Michelle, the slides will be there. The clueless questions asked when the politicians have massive staffs. Yeah, it's bonkers, and it's not like they don't have interns on their staff that are on social media all of the time, right? There's a huge disconnect, and it is crazy to me. So, okay. Global digital ad spend, $389 billion in 2021, while worldwide digital ad spending achieved a modest 2.4%. So here's the thing about this, like ad revenue, and you guys can go to, I'm going to see if I can pull this up here, if it was on here. So this is Finances Online. Hartley, you were asking for some statistics. Here's a few interesting ones here. I'm going to share a couple of them, but there was, I'll find it. Last year, Q2, due to pandemic, online revenue in the US, so consider that because obviously it's the largest market. So in the US, online revenue passed $200 billion in that quarter for the first time ever, just in the US, for the first time ever. Now it's the average. Like that's the new average, guys, quarterly. We're moving into fourth quarter of 2021. Here's something to remember for all of you as you're running your business. When we talk about different types of reach, if you are running your business, the partner program or any other online business, November and December is a rough month to run ads. It is the most expensive time of the year to run ads. It is the time of the year where you will get the least amount of results ROI or ROAS, return on ad spend, bang for your buck, November, December. Okay. That's the reality. And I want to make sure everyone's aware, because somebody's going to spend money and come back and go, oh, I didn't make as much. Right. It's fourth quarter. Everybody is spending money. So spending money on ads over the course of the next quarter isn't going to be as effective, but your organic can be as effective or more effective, because you are going to have people on social media, right? And a lot of people are going to be looking for, and I'm going to show you some statistics in this regard, they're going to be looking for real content that they can engage with. Okay. It's a real simple statement, but I want to make sure everyone hears that. Spending money, I'm not saying don't spend money on ads. If you're the type of person that wants to, that's great. That's fine. I'm going to be doing it, but I'm doing it with the understanding that it's not going to have the results aren't going to be the same as they would like third quarter, right? It doesn't matter which platform you're spending ad money on, Facebook, Google, everything. Ad spend fourth quarter goes up because more people are trying to spend money on ads, because more people are buying as well, right? E-commerce across the entire scale, people are spending money, but you've got more people that are spending advertising dollars to compete for those same people. Hartley, you have a question?
Yeah, Andrew, if you wanted to keep your bottom line the same, what does that convert into for your top line expense? Is it up 10% more, 20% more?
It depends. Ad cost during this time could go up anywhere between 10 to 40%, depending on your niche. And so it's a good time don't stop spending if you're spending. Right. So I'm talking to a portion of our members that are spending already. If you're spending, it's not that you should stop, but you need to make sure that you pay attention to the organic side as well, because people are going to be looking around and you're going to capture some of those. And so that's a way to, look at my overall ad budget versus my gross revenue generated. Right. I'm going to do a little bit more organic. I'm going to go heavy organic over this quarter, personally, as we try and do other stuff, right? So yeah, Michael, depending on the niche that you're in, it could be big. That said, guys, remember, we're going after business owners that want to launch their new year. So start talking about things that they can do now to, combat the slow first quarter and January 1 and the winter months or this or that, and the after holiday blues. Like, have messages that are themed towards those business owners in that way. That's a way to connect with them during this time. Okay. All right. Let me kind of keep this. Getting back here. Where are we? All right. So global ad spend, social media ad spend, it's high. Okay. Here you go. Ad spend worldwide in the billions. This is what they project. I want to say we're either at or beyond that for 2022. Like, spending is it's up. Okay. Did you guys see this? It popped up late. Sorry. And I'll get you these slides. So 54% of social browsers research products on social media platforms, of which 37% visit a brand's social media page, 24% click on the sponsored links. So if I run an ad, people are going to search out what I've got. That's why we say do organic content. Put stuff on your page. If you don't put stuff on your page, you're missing out on those people that are going to come look. 37% visit a brand social media page. That's a lot, guys. That's more than a third of your buyers are going to give you a look in that way. That's why we say work on your page, post content that's engaging, work with the audience. Okay, 72% of shoppers will only engage with personalized marketing, meaning not super general, niche down. That's what personalized marketing is. It's stuff that's talking to your audience, not trying to talk with everybody. Shoppers are shunning and unsubscribing from mass blasted email campaigns, meaning, again, like a Target email, for example, that's not targeted to any, when I say target, I mean the store. So Target, Walmart, these big brands that aren't really speaking to their audience. They're just saying, hey, sale right now. Hey, sale right now. Hey, this product is on promotion. It's not personalized at all. That's what they want, is those personalized web pages. Businesses do better when they customize customer communications and experiences based on preferences, interests, and behavior. These elements here are why we talk about working with a niche. It's why one of the top skills that Blake said was, listen to your audience. It's why I talk about research. Okay, landing pages, the least popular type of sign-up form. People don't like them as much. They still convert higher than anything else. On the other hand, pop-ups, which is what a lot of people will put on their page, have the second lowest conversion rate. So if you have like an e-commerce store, you have a website that's different than the regular funnel that we talk about and we teach, and you're relying on a pop-up as opposed to sending someone to a landing page, it converts. That's not 20% less, guys. That's what, 600% less than a landing page converts. So understand what you're doing with your audience. Okay, Facebook is still the primary content distribution channel for marketing. 18% of marketers currently use Facebook groups. So that means that even though Facebook is the most popular marketing platform, less than 20% of marketers are currently using groups the way that they should. And you've got more than a third of Americans getting their news from Facebook. I'd say that number is probably even higher. Instagram, great ROI. Instagram is projected to reach 120 million monthly active users. Women accounted for 56% of Instagram users. So if ladies, especially if you have a business, or if your niche is targeted towards women, okay, let's pull out the stereotypes, right? Women-based businesses, salons, spas, a lot of those, right? I think there's a larger selection of realtors that are women than men, right? You're going to have a lot of them on Instagram. US is the country with the most Instagram users, reaching 120 million users. India is second, Brazil third. Okay, here, video. Videos perform better and encourage 49% more interaction than images. Yet almost or more than 2/3 of Instagram posts are images. Weekend posts get 27% more interactions than posts during the week. So if the only thing that you're doing is Monday through Friday and you're saying, I don't need to do anything on the weekend, look, skip Monday through Wednesday and do Thursday through Monday, right? I mean, do something like that instead of skipping Saturday, Sunday. 70% of consumers look up products on Instagram and Facebook. Here's something to look at. Social media content that people are looking at, links to more information. People want to know more. Educational images and graphics, videos, but here's something about live videos. 80% of shoppers right now prefer watching live videos than reading blogs. Live videos. So, how many of you have done any live videos? Good. 2. Look, if you're not doing live, that's okay. Do the other stuff. But if you're feeling brave and you want to escalate this even faster, throw in some live video once in a while, right? I mean, that's one reason that, or video that appears live, or you filming something and talking to them. People are going to pay more attention to that than they will simply an image. Okay? Or you're going to do images with your voiceover. Video in general is going to convert higher. It's going to create more engagement. What did I say? 49% more engagement than an image. That's a lot. So, I spent some time last night. I wrote out this great post. And then as I was prepping this, I was like, what this really needs is a video of me talking about this instead of just me posting a cool picture. So that's what I'm going to do. Right. So we're going to get more into some of this tomorrow, but questions or comments over some of the stuff I threw at you right now? Anybody?
Andrew, when you do the video, are you going to say welcome, welcome?
Maybe. No, with that, normally I just say, hey, it's Andrew, or I just jump in. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll just start doing a longer live video or something on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll just start that with welcome, and hello, everybody. Questions, anyone? So a short video that you film that is, or your voiceover over something, post it into a group. You do this. You, on your page, on your business page, you do a short video. You post it along with something written out. And then you take that video and you post it inside a group. So you can get in some engagement that way, cross engagement, and you're going back and forth. You do it. And I know a lot of you are saying, well, I'm in groups that they don't want us to promote ourselves. So just do something that's adding value, that's talking about. Talk about fourth quarter. Figure out what happens in fourth quarter in your niche. What's going to happen in the real estate industry over the fourth quarter? What typically happens over the course of the last 10 years? What are people expecting to happen this year because of pandemic and this, that, and all of these other laws and everything else that's going on right now? What's happening in the real estate industry? What's going to happen in the financial industry, right? How is crypto and blockchain affecting finance right now, right? What is the insurance industry look like for millennials, right? Any of those things. Fitness. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. Talk about how, for some reason, the government thinks that the vaccine is the end all be all for every single thing, and no one anymore needs to talk about obesity or vitamin deficiency or level of activity or anything else. And there's so many different topics that you guys can talk about that you can use for fourth quarter. Provide some kind of education there. Write out a post that fits the things that you're talking about in the video. So the exact same things that you talk about, create a post that goes along with it, post it inside your group, say, hey, I took a minute to talk about fourth quarter in our housing industry, in the legal industry, in the medical industry, and for the fourth quarter for women-owned businesses, for Christian-owned businesses, for minority-owned, but like whatever it is, your topic. What do you guys think? How do you think fourth quarter is going to be? What are you doing to prepare your business for fourth quarter? Use the video along with the other stuff, right? If you're scared of live, that's a way to do it where it looks live, but it, gives you a little bit of, that security of being able to edit if you need to.
Andrew, got a question.
Yeah.
How much does the background have an impact on whether or not people are going to listen or take you seriously? Yeah, I notice on TV when they have local stories, when you have a professional advisor, they got this wall of books behind them, sometimes really looking cluttered, and others use virtual backgrounds. Is there any studies or data that shows what kind of background will make it more of an impactful kind of a video?
I don't know. I'll look. I'll find some information for tomorrow. I'll take a look. I would say, when it comes to making a video, the key elements are audio is number one. Number two would be like the first 1 to 3 seconds, what is said or what is done in that time, because that's what you have to grab people's attention, and that's it. Now, if you got too much going on behind you and you're actually able to have good audio and have someone, start to watch the video, but you got too much noise behind you, they're less likely to watch just because it's hard to pay attention, right? You don't want it to distract from the message.
Yeah, can I make a comment here? Yeah, I think what happened, I think to your point, I think it's about if it distracts, if it's not adding to the message, keep the background as plain as possible. Only if it adds to the message.
Yeah, exactly. Says the guy with the virtual background. Says the guy with the blurred out virtual background, right? But absolutely correct. We've seen, there's too many examples over the last year of people not paying attention to their backgrounds on live videos. Has everyone seen some of those examples?
Oh yeah.
Like different people on Zoom, on live TV, and you're like, she's got that on her, on her shelf. Like, oh, the kids running around naked behind them, like all this crazy stuff, right? Pay attention to your background in that regard. But yeah, it can help. it can also help give you a little bit of credibility. That's why certain people film videos in different locations.
And always wear your pants.
Yeah. Especially if you plan on getting up at any point.
Well, I've seen plenty of ceiling fans too. Wow.
Yeah. Well, everybody, it's not as difficult as people think to create something that looks halfway professional, So, all right. So I'm going to find out a little bit more about video. We're going to talk a little bit more about content, what's going on, how that's going. We're going to talk about kind of those first 3 seconds, how to grab someone's attention in a video is part of what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to use that content on your basic page and then where else you can kind of repurpose it and how to get more stretch from it. So it's not like you have to come up with a ton of stuff every single time. It's how do I take this 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 3-minute rant that I just did, and how can I use it over the course of the next few days? What can I do with it? Right. So that's some of the topics we're going to be going over tomorrow. If you guys have questions about topics, about organic topics, about video, about any of that, guys, please send it to me so I can have it ready and we can dive into it tomorrow. Stay on your challenges, get things going. Read the little picture that I posted with the quote. It's from Teddy Roosevelt in the Skype group. It's going to be a time where truly, guys, you being in the midst of the purpose of this challenge is your own battle, right? That's what it is. And hopefully it's pushing you forward to be just a little bit better each and every day. There's going to be, we're in the midst of this first 10 days. This is when you're going to be a little sore. You're going to be frustrated. Your daily routine is going to try to take back over. It's not going to let you do things. You're going to be a little tired in the morning. You're not going to want to wake up and go do it. You're not going to want to go do other stuff. Now's the time you have to push through. It really is so much more mental than just about anything else. So on that note, love you guys. Go out and have an awesome day. I will see everybody tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks a lot, Andrew. Great.
Sometimes
Thank you.
people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenixes that you